Okay, Shao, thank you very much. This is Kerem from Event Gates. We are an industrial artificial vision company providing several um, solutions that address the manual visual inspection in industries, especially like manufacturing and automotive, because the manual inspection, visual inspection process is labor intensive, very small and tiresome process that's also error prone and expensive. On the other hand, solutions that rely on deep learning may solve these problems a lot faster, more responsive in terms of interacting with a machine and with very, very less errors, and it doesn't get tired, so it's always ready and works. Event Gates mainly focuses on safety and quality issues. There are more than that in machine vision solutions and in computer vision solutions in the industry, but we specifically focus on these areas to produce several products. In terms of safety, our products either work with people, so like detecting people in restricted areas, or looking out for protective equipment, PPEs, as well as safety for equipment. So there are no people anymore, that's for sure, but the equipment itself is also quite valuable. So what we do is we got systems that look out for the equipment safety and stop the machine or interact so that equipment failure is prevented. On the other hand, quality is a lot more customized area, and it mainly relies on customers' specific requirements. But what we do is we got several frameworks that can be easily customized for diverse customers that especially specializes on coated parts, raw materials like steel or aluminum to detect cracks, stains, spatters, basically surface anomalies, as well as assembly errors. Well, there is a small video that shows one of our products so that you get a basic sense what it looks like. This is a crane safety solution, which is a unique solution that we developed for overhead cranes. And these are very dangerous equipment in automotive, especially. This is a mold, a die. It's around 40 to 50 metric tons, and it's extremely dangerous if it swings. So if somebody is near to it, then it must stop. Our system does that. As you saw, the operator just neared the crane and it blocked the movement of the crane. This is how it works, actually. We got cameras built on the overhead crane that looks pretty much 90 degrees down to detect people. This is a custom model that we've collected from, based on the data that we collected from the field and our own data models, because people, as you see, looks a lot different if you look at from 20 meters above the ground. So this is the system itself. We do not do a 24/7 monitoring, but it directly stops the crane if there are people in the restricted zones, in the near zones. Of course, only if the crane is on load. Otherwise, it's not necessary anyways. This is a very, very dangerous area because there are people unfortunately died because of these accidents, like the one that happened in Michigan about 6 months ago. As you see, our target market is definitely industry, and especially manufacturing, as well as heavy industries like steel or aluminum, as well as logistics, because we got also solutions that do pretty much the same as the crane safety, but for more like reach trucks and forklifts or order pickers. That's a growing business. That's a growing market $1.2 billion is the amount of the deep learning industry in manufacturing for 2021, and it's expected to get up to 27 billion only in Europe, only in 2027, like in 5-6 years. Of course, since we are a Turkish company, the Turkish market is very important for us as well. Turkey is the 5th largest automotive production center in Europe, and pretty much in the same industries that's around the manufacturing. Therefore, being strong in our homeland is very important for us as well, which we are. We got the competitive advantage because we are very much suited for the industry. We know how industries work, we know how large enterprises work, but still we are a very agile and fast company, as well as fast growing company. Well, since this is an investment pitch deck, let me also speak a little bit about how we work. Our business model relies on mainly integrated software and hardware sales, because our customers, they got the funds, and if they see the product that solves their problems, their pain points, then they are ready to buy immediately, paying upfront. They don't want to wait for installments or monthly payments, but they are ready to pay all the expenses upfront. Right now, we are about 120K for 2021.
Hello there.
Yep. Oh, okay. Marco, I'm presenting. Just a second, maybe a few more. Okay, we are growing like 3 to 4 times next year, and it is also projected the same for the upcoming years as well, because we got a huge pipeline growing every day, and we got a good win to loss ratio that brings us quite more customers like the next year. We are only based in Turkey right now. We are actually raising funds to expand to Europe right now. And our reference customer is Tofaş, which is actually a Fiat company, Fiat joint venture with the Turkey's largest group holding. And Tofaş is one of the 3 best factories in world of the Stellantis group, which also includes now Fiat itself. And rest of the customers are mainly from the automotive industry, but we got also new customers joining our ranks from different industries as well. We are funded company by corporate grants, and we got several field offices as well as a headquarters in Istanbul. Well, as I said, we are not right now raising for expansion in Europe, and our plans include a booth in Hannover Messe next year.
Second session. Tu gostas de sofrer. Não, é bom a gente estar aqui e ouvir coisas assim. Deixa-nos no mood. Ouvir empreendedores a falar.
Guys, can you please mute yourself?
O que é que eu faço estas vezes?
Okay.
Mas porquê?
A lot about the automotive industry, because automotive industry is the driving force behind the whole industry, at least in our region. As I said, Turkey is a very large automotive production center, mostly exporting the output, and it's quite as large as France, larger than Italy and UK, and pretty much same maybe like Russia. Only Germany and Spain is bigger in terms of production numbers. So there's a quite good opportunity to grow in Turkey, as well as to export the same references and experience to Europe as well. Therefore, that's what we are raising for, looking for, and this is why we are raising that money. That was the end of it. You can reach us by eventgates.com as well as info@eventgates.com. Thank you very much for your time. If you got questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you for your presentation, Kerem. Is there any question from panelists or investors?
Oh, what's the cost of setting up and how much revenue have you made till date?
The cost of a system, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the systems mainly are consisting of multiple cameras. So we got a benchmark price for a single camera in safety solutions. That's 2,000 euro per camera plus the system. When it comes to the quality, it's somewhat about that, but it depends on the project. Unfortunately, I didn't understand the second question.
And what's the revenue?
The revenue
generally,
right
let's
now,
say, if you have to deploy a solution in an automotive industry, right? Let's say tomorrow you want to deploy it at, let's say, General Motors, right? So
yes.
obviously it will be deployed at various factories that they have, or so like you get a contract like on a per factory basis, or it's just like it's for all the factories in the specific geography, and what's the revenue look like for that?
Let's speak by example. For example, the crane system that I presented costs 8,000 euros per crane. It can be used by any overhead crane, new one or old one, it doesn't matter, because we got PLC integration as well as we can integrate without the PLC. This is not a problem. It's almost plug and play. And each company, each automotive producer has 7, 8 to 15 cranes in factory. And pretty much like, for example, in Turkey, we are calculating like there are 20,000 cranes, because this is not only automotive producers, but also their contractors, subcontractors, as well as other industries. But of course, not all of these industries are that mature to integrate more safety products into their environment. But when it comes to a larger chain or factories in these markets, then at least you can calculate with a 10 cranes per factory average, which, for example, in Turkey, there are 1,000 like these, and Turkey is pretty much 1/10 of European economy, as well as 1/100 of the world economy. So there are at least 10,000 companies like those, or maybe more, with cranes over 10 per factory average. Of course, this is not one single product. We got multiple products delivering same experience or same result for different environments, pretty much working on the same code base. And the current revenue of ours was $70,000 last year. For 2021, we are expecting to close the year with 150,000, somewhere below or up, and projecting another 500,000 for next year. We got already signed almost half of it for projects that will be delivered next year.
Thank you, Kerem.